All right, we're looking at the final multiple choice question for June 2018. It is a recursion question. If you know recursion, you probably kind of like it because you already understand it. If you don't know it, then you probably don't like it because it's kind of confusing to learn the first time. Let's try to go through it one time. They say if a sub n is equal to n times a sub n minus 1, and they tell me that a sub 1 is 1, I want a of 5. So let's just write this information down. A sub n equals n, a sub n minus 1, and they give me a of 1 is 1, and I want a sub 5. Let's do it. Come over here, move this in the way, and we want a sub 5. So if I want a sub 5, we're doing the recursion thing, right? We said, all right, a of n is equal to a sub 5. Is it n or 1? 5 is not 1, so I got to use the general case, n. I'll replace n with 5, so that's going to be equal to 5 times a sub 5 minus 1. Now, I'm going to do this one time up here, but then we're going to speed it up, because what is 5 minus 1? That is 4. So a sub 5 is really 5 times a of 4, a sub 4. And this is how recursion works. The version that you're looking at relies on a smaller version, and you got to keep kind of going further and further, deeper and deeper, getting more inception until you get to your base case, and it can all kind of come back up as you substitute back up. And I'll get some different colors too. So a sub 5 in some thick pencil. But 5 times a sub 4, I don't know a sub 4, so we got to find a sub 4. A sub 4 is really, well, n in this case is 4. It's going to be 4 times, it was n minus 1, a of 4, it'll be a sub 3. Now I don't know a sub 3, so I need to go back another time and say, well, what is a sub 3? So I can plug it in there and find a sub 4. Well, a sub 3 is really 3 times a sub 2. If it was 3, it's going to be n minus 1, so a of 2. We're at the last step, almost here. We're at the end game. A sub 2 I do not know, so I have to go back and find a sub 2. I'll do that in black ink. A sub 2 is equal to 2 times a sub 1. And now I say, oh wait, I do know a sub 1. A sub 1 is actually the number 1. So if I know a sub 1, I can just say, actually, this gets substituted in as a sub 2 is equal to 2 times 1, because it was 2 times a sub 1. A sub 1, sub notation is 1. So 2 times 1, a sub 2 is actually 2. So when I said I don't know a of 2 over here, I do know it now. A sub 2 is 2. So this really becomes a sub 3 is really, and now we went all the way down until I hit the base case. Now we're going back up until we find the original one that we wanted. A sub 2 is really 3 times 2. Well, 3 times 2 is 6. So I know that 6 is what a sub 3 is. So when we needed a sub 3 over here, I can say, oh, actually, a sub 3 is really 6. So now I know, oh, it's really 4 times 6. If this is going too fast, pause, slow it down. I was going a little slower here. Pause here until you understand it, and then pause here, and you see I'm just figuring out the number, plugging it in. After I plug it in, figuring out the number, plugging it into the previous step I needed it. 4 times 6 gets me 12, 24. I now know that a of 4 is 24, so I can plug it in there. So now I can say 5 times 24 is going to be almost 100. It looks like it's going to be 96, 90. Oh, man, I don't want to screw this up on the last step. Let's just double check. No, it's 125, so it's going to be a little less than that, 120, I think, right? 5 times 24, 120. There we go. So I know a sub 4 is now 24 from there. I plug it into this, and I get that a sub 5 is 120. This final multiple choice answer is answer choice 3.